So I was honestly excited for the Gen 4 remakes before I started playing them. I generally have low expectations for Pokemon games, so I didn't think these games would be that great, but I grew up on Diamond and Platinum, so I was still at least excited for the nostalgia trip, especially since this was supposed to be a quote-unquote faithful remake. But from literally the minute I started playing the game, I had this nagging feeling that this game shouldn't exist. I don't mean that Pokemon shouldn't make remakes or anything like that, but it was just immediately obvious that there just wasn't a lot of thought or effort put into this game. And that comes down to three things for me. First, most of the features that were added or updated from the originals are either really sloppy or just straight up break the game. The world wasn't actually updated properly for the new non-grid movement, the new EXP share mechanics weren't balanced properly so you can skip most of the trainers in this game and still end up over-leveled, and the new models for the characters look ridiculous because they still have 2D logic that doesn't translate properly to 3D. And even smaller stuff, like the Pokemon following you around, is broken. Second, most of the stuff that wasn't updated really needed to be. There's almost no interesting variety in the Pokemon you can catch, a lot of gym puzzles are broken or just flat out terrible, and there are a lot of great features that came out in Platinum 15 years ago that were just entirely excluded from these remakes. And finally, this game sets a new precedent for how little effort is actually necessary to sell a successful Pokemon game. Keep in mind, I say all of this as someone who had low expectations for this game. And honestly, you could dismiss a lot of the problems I have with the game as nitpicks, but for me, this game reaches a new level of sloppiness and laziness that I've never seen from the Pokemon franchise before, which is saying a lot considering that Sword and Shield were literally unfinished. Frankly, you could have gotten all of the benefits and entertainment value of this remake with none of the downsides by just re-releasing Platinum on the Virtual Console instead. Considering how little care was taken with these remakes, and how expensive it must have been to remake this entire game basically from scratch for the Switch, I'm honestly a little surprised they didn't just do that instead. So that's why I think that these games probably shouldn't have existed. My final takeaway from all of this is that I fully expect Legends Arceus to be a disaster of a game when it comes out in February. I think it's going to be a buggy mess with incredibly shallow game mechanics that is going to trigger even more Pokemon is dead and Game Freak shouldn't be allowed to make games think pieces than ever before. I also think it's going to sell outrageously well, that the people who criticize it will mostly be just a vocal minority, and that most people will probably love the game, just like with Sword and Shield and with these remakes. So this video I made in literally a day because I really just needed to get this off my chest because I've been thinking about this a lot. But after this, I have one more Pokemon video I've been working on for a few months. And after that, I'm basically done with Pokemon for the foreseeable future. If you're looking forward to some sort of follow-up, or at least something in the style of the Korra or Soul videos, that's coming, but it'll take a little while longer.